Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and in this video I wanted to talk about a few stitches that work well with Bernat Forever Fleece Finer. I bought these, I want to say for $4.99 at Michael's a few weeks ago. In fact, I had a video just a bit ago where I went in the store and showed you when I was buying this stuff. I can link the video in the description. But after making that video, a few folks had said they also bought this yarn and wanted to know what worked well with it, what kind of stitches. So I will admit I have not been crocheting a lot lately, but I decided to work on that, work on this yarn and find a few stitches that I liked and tell you about them. Let's see here. So the first bit that I crocheted here is a few rows of half double crochet. Just basic. I prefer the half double crochet. It still gives you a little bit of height, but not as I like to say, holy as the double crochet. Then a few rows I did of double crochet, and then I did the X stitch. You can see right there. So I alternated between a row of X stitch and double crochet. I like it okay, but again, I'm not a fan of double crochet. But if you wanted just a little bit of texture with like a little bit of opening, that's what that is, a row of double crochet and a row of X stitch or cross stitch, whatever you want to call it. Then I did a couple rows of half double crochet again. And then I decided to do a puff stitch. Now, normally a puff stitch is a real big yarn eater, but I really like this. With this being a really soft yarn, I liked the puff stitch. And for this, I started out with a double crochet at the beginning of the row. Then I did a puff stitch, and then in between, I do a half double crochet. The reason I do that is it pulls it down and gives it a real nice puff. Between each row of puff, I do a row of half double crochet because you want your puffs all on the same side. I like the back of a puff stitch nice and flat. So you could make yourself a real cute pillow with a row of puff stitch, a whole puff side, and then the back of the pillow all half double crochets, whatever. So this is so far my favorite, the row of puff. Then I did, a couple half double crochets again before I went into a new pattern. It started falling out. Now, I was trying to remember what other folks call this because, here, let me get my hook over here. When I learned this stitch, it was on a pattern I got from Ravelry for a baby blanket, and the lady who wrote it called it the thermal stitch. So that's what I've always called it. But then other people corrected me, and I don't remember what they said it was. So basically, it's a double crochet, a single crochet, alternating all the way down. Double, single, double, single, double, single. Then when you flip it, the next row, you do it backwards. So in the top of your double, you do a single, and then on the top of the single, you do a double. So it goes double, single, double, single. On top of it, double, single, double, single. Okay, so that gives it this kind of a look, which I really like. This is the look that I did for Flynn's poncho. I've also made a little bag out of it. So I don't know what other people call it. Like I said, I call it the thermal stitch. I make a lot of baby blankets in this pattern because there's not a lot of holes in it. It's real solid. And you can still see a little texture. So I have that, the thermal stitch or whatever someone else calls it, half double crochet, puff stitch, double crochets, double crochet with cross stitch, and just half double crochets. Like I said, I have bought 3 colors of these, and I'm going to make a baby blanket with them. I'm not quite, I also experimented a little bit with doing like a window, a double crochet space, double crochet, skip one, double crochet space. but I didn't really like it, to be honest. For blankets for little babies, if you want to keep a nice simple size, because remember, most people these days don't lay baby blankets like on the baby anymore. You usually lay it on top of their baby carriers or on the floor, put the baby on it. So I like to do a chain of about 122. But this is actually a really short video, but these are the stitches, the different types that I did with this. Like I said, I think I'm going to go for this right here. I'm going to make a nice, I just think that'll be so cute. And then again, this is a puff stitch. Started with a double crochet, did a puff stitch. And when I say puff, I want to say 5 yarned over, pulled up a loop, pulled through 2, kept the 1 loop on there, yarned over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. I did that so I had 5 loops on there before I pulled through. And then I did a half double crochet between each of my puffs, and then a row of half double crochets between the rows of puffs. So these are the stitches. I'll write down in the description, and I'll look it up to see if other people call this something else. For this, the yarn calls for a 6mm hook, but I used a 6.5 because I crochet really tight as of late. So yeah, those are the stitches that I think work really well with the Bernat, what do we call it again? Bernat Forever Fleece Finer. It's a bulky, very soft, smooth yarn. So I think a lot of detail isn't really going to be good for this. Bigger texture is better. Well, that is all for this video. And thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for sharing my videos. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.